They call me the voodoo woman, and I know the reason why. They call me the voodoo woman, and I know the reason why.
Hey, live on Pat's Soundbites Unplugged podcast. Keeping the music alive is what I do. Haven't done it in a while, but I am super excited today because I have a great friend, a returning guest. Katie Henry is ranked number 2 on my all-time episodes. And I've been doing it forever. But oh my God, Katie Henry has over 32 downloads since the last time we spoke. She was number 1 for a while, but she's number 2. I can't get the smile off my face. She's playing locally here in the Hudson Valley at the Falcon on Route 9W this Friday night. Go and get a reservation, get a table, 845-236-7970, or live at thefalcon.com. She's got this killer 3rd CD, Get Goin, Ruf Records. She's got a lot going on. And you know me, if you follow me, I want you to get a taste of this wonderful, talented, beautiful, passionate, incredible artist. And I always play a little bit of the video, and you are now going to see a little bit of the video, and I encourage you to see it all. Go to Katie Henry Music.
I've been spending all my money, stop smoking cigarettes. I've been sleeping with the bottle, he's not finished with me yet. He's like bad whiskey, a devil in a fever's dream. And I'm not standing near his fire, his love like kerosene.
That Love Like Kerosene, the first track on Get Goin. And where is my friend Katie Henry? Pop on back.
Pat, my
There
friend.
she is. Looking great. She is getting going. She was on the high road, and then she was on her. Wait, I got to do this right. She was on the high road, and then, little autograph here, she was on her way, and now she is get going. Get the hell out of my way. She is kicking ass and taking names. Man, I love you. I'm so happy for you. Great to have you back. What's cooking there, sunshine?
It is nonstop smiles when we talk. I really appreciate you, Pat. I'm so glad that we're connecting. And, you know, the sun is out today and I have some cool shows coming up. And you mentioned Friday at the Falcon. So I'm going to be bringing that sunshine into one of the most incredible music venues ever. So I can't wait to see you on
Friday at the Falcon. I think we got to see each other there back in like 2020 or something like that. But I encourage everybody, there are no tickets. You just bring your wallet, dump a little Ben Franklin in the box for Miss Katie Henry. She gets the key and she works her butt off, and it's going to be great. And you can get a reservation like I did for 5:30. There's an opener called John Newhart. I actually like this video that he posted.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool. So looking forward to hearing a little John Newhart, followed by our good friend Katie Henry. I want to say, just for the friends that, I don't know if they haven't seen me or haven't seen you, Blues Blast Magazine debut album, IBMA album nominated, top 10 Billboard Blues, on my way. Love it all. And this is going to really accelerate into bigger and better places. We're going to talk about that in a second. I can't believe, for a while you were number 1 of my all-time episodes throughout the world, which is like incredible. I have over 500,000 downloads. Like, people that listen to me, I'm like, these people need to wake up. But it's all good. So where do I even begin? Well, let's begin with Get Goin here. So much to talk about. I mean, Ruf Records, Thomas, I mean, the carousel, you're going to Europe back and forth. Uh, talk to me on how you're taking this all in since we first met at WBXO, probably in 2018.
Yeah, no, that's what's so great about connecting with you is because you were there right when High Road came out, and that was kind of right when the gates opened up and I was on the run. And yeah, On My Way is the last we talked when that came out, early 2022. And that was right before I went to Europe for the first time for the Ruf Records Caravan, which was my first time traveling outside of the country, let alone playing outside of the country. So that was a very eye-opening experience, just playing night after night. I really got to get into that groove because I think you know, in the tours that I've done since then, there's always that like you're gearing up for something big. Am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to have the endurance for it? And then every single time I just get right into the groove of it, and I'm just kind of, I guess, high on the music where I'm just, once the show starts, I'm just wide awake. I mean, maybe I'll be a little sleepy, you know, when we get to the venue unloading, you're kind of just like getting ready. But then I'm always surprised at how, well, I'm not really surprised, I guess, because music is the most energizing force there is. So it really does just provide all of the energy needed to do the shows. And yeah, so in 2022 with that Europe tour, that was the first. And then the second time was actually just this year, which Get Goin just came out in February, but in January, I did the 30 Years of Ruf Records tour, and that was with Bernard Allison and Ali Venable, and that was incredible. I learned so much from them. And once again, just having that experience playing night after night, nothing I feel like grows an artist more than that, because I just feel like I'm different by the end of it, musically, and then just as a person too. It's a really great before and after. And now, yeah, it's already almost May, and I'm just grooving along.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to hear how much, well, it certainly is going to horn on your skill sets. I mean, you're playing and playing and playing. I'm sure you still get the jitters every time I interview an artist. They're like, I've been doing it for 100 years, and I still get amped up and a little bit nervous. How was that? How was the feedback of the audience? How receptive were they with your music and maybe singing back some of your tracks that you're going, is this really happening in Germany? You know, I'm praying people love me in New Jersey and in New York and all over. And here I am in Germany and Europe, who people are like, really? How was that
Yeah, well, it's cool because
experience?
they'll say, "Oh, you're from New Jersey, so Bruce Springsteen." I'm like, "Yeah, Bruce
Yeah,
Springsteen."
yeah, Frank Sinatra, Bruce Springsteen, yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, right there."
He was my neighbor. He loves me, yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's great. I feel like there's a lot of people who came out to this 30 years tour that came out to the first one, and it is a goal of mine to just keep building the audience wherever I'm playing. But Germany, the home of Ruf Records, let alone the fact that it's a personal affiliate, like personal thing for me, because my grandmother is German, and when I was growing up, I was just like, I really want to go to Germany. So I feel like it was always just a waiting, or I mean, no, nothing's guaranteed. This is all, that's part of the adventure and the fun and connecting, is you don't know what's going to happen, but you just work hard and hope for the best and have faith that the music will do what it needs to do. And
It's interesting you mentioned your grandmother, because I remember the first time we chatted, and my memory's not anymore, that it was your grandmother that really was a big influence, if I remember correctly, on you, and saying, hey, you could do nothing you can't do. Go for it, kind of
just
deal.
listening is so key. And I feel like it's such a, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, what better way to show somebody you care than to truly listen, you know? And that's definitely what she did for me.
Absolutely. Active listening, very, very important. That they're not, it's not like that they actually get it.
Mhm.
This album, I mean, you went from the great John Ginty to, I remember Ben Elliott, Ben Rice, and now Bernard Allison. Holy moly. And I figured out you probably had a little chemistry meeting with Bernard when you went on the tour and stuff. And You guys hit it out of the park. Let me just start with Love Like Kerosene. That's a Scott um, Sherrod cover. I mean, I remember him with Little Feat and Greg Allman, and
Mhm.
it's just a great song. And it fits, you do a great job. It really fits well with you, from my opinion. What attracted you to say, hey, let's do this, let's try it?
Yeah, well, I heard it on Greg Allman's Southern Blood album, and I grew up. My mom's a huge Allman Brothers fan, so am I, and I had heard that, and I was like, oh, it's not like a common, like you don't hear it a lot, but I was like, this is so badass. I really want to do it.
Absolutely.
That was my impression, and I thought that the first time I heard it, and then when it was time to make this album, and we were talking, and this is the first time I've done covers on an album. And yeah, we were talking about what would be good to do. And I just love that it's, it's blues, but then, I'm getting some feedback of like, oh, but I hear country. And I'm like, well, yeah, I like combining genres. That's something that I just feel like,
Absolutely.
yeah, it satisfies all my musical
The
preferences.
video is great. You hit it out of the park. It's just all you. You make it all you. Compared to Little Feat and certainly Greg Allman. This whole this whole CD got me in my notes is very soulful, very R&B. I mean, High Road. Look, it's your first one. Nervous. I remember you wrote wrote a song from one of your best friends. She was moving, and Gypsy Sister, one of them, and you were nervous, and you don't know. It's your first one. You're like, and
Mhm.
here it was a debut. I mean, the debut kick buttons, the feedback that you got was like, whoa, wait a minute, is this really happening? On my way, I got a lot of fun out of it. It was like, that video. I love the video. I love the hat. It was a different side of Katie Henry, you
Mhm.
know? There was, I mean, some of the songs, I'm like, a lot of growth this song, I mean, this record, I mean, Wake Up Time. Oh, Uncle Pat wants to beat the crap out of somebody that pissed you off, or I'm like, I feel this separation, this breakup, this loss, this a doll's heart. I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that came out from inside, and I'm feeling my younger daughter here is going through. But that's what makes the songs. That makes it personal, and
Totally.
that you're able to bring out your emotions and your thoughts, and it's into the song. So, is Uncle Pat on the right track here with some of the songs?
Yeah, you're cracking me up saying that you want to fight somebody. But yeah, I mean, I feel like, especially music, what better way to express loss? And it's something we all experience in different ways. And I just feel like, yeah, you get older and you have to just find yourself amidst loss. And I feel like that is a lot of what comes out in those songs that you mentioned in particular. And yeah, they're heartbreakers, but they are I just feel like it's really healing for me to write songs that speak to things that I'm trying to overcome. And I think I've done
Yeah,
that.
very therapeutic, right? It's really therapeutic that whatever your situation is, you grab the cell phone and you go, I got this idea, and you say it and you get back to it later, or this person pissed me off, or this breakup, or whatever it is, that you're able to, yeah, there's nothing better than music. But that was I'm like, ooh, what happened? The Italian came out of me. I'm from the Bronx. Like, who's messing with my girl here? I'm gonna I have to go down to Philadelphia. I was just in Philly. I was thinking of you actually. If you're still down that way. The Lions Den, man, the organ. Oh
Mm,
my goodness. I mean, there's so much going on. Um,
yeah.
Bayou Boogie, a fun instrumental jam. Let me ask you, what makes a song an instrumental? What was the thought behind that with you and Bernard? Like, it's just some songs just don't need lyrics. It's really crazy. And I'm always interested to hear, just let it go and just have fun with it, which
Yeah.
fits you again well.
Yeah, it was new for me. Obviously, I'm a lyric person, and that's the first time an instrumental is featured on my album. But yeah, when you have Bernard leading the charge, you know it's going to go in a good direction. And yeah, I feel like that New Orleans vibe. I love, like, one of my biggest inspirations is Bonnie Raitt, but I love in certain songs she adds that. She has John Cleary play piano, who's one of my favorite piano players. But yeah, I just think this was just a fun tune, and Bernard really is the one who like led the direction of it, and I was just, it's such a interesting process of knowing, of being open, having a vision that you're focused on, and then also being open to it changing. And the studio is very much an experiment, and I was lucky to experiment with really great players, because Bernard's band is.
Yeah, no. Well, I would think a producer's got to be a great listener and give you direction and help you grow. So yeah, as this has happened, you've never done an instrumental before. So hey, let's give it a whirl. It's not gonna. This is the time to actually play and see what comes out of it, and you grow from that. And I think that's great. Yeah, his band. I mean, I don't know who was on the organ, but kick butt to me.
Eric Robert. Now that, I mean, the organ is actually my favorite instrument. I finally made that affirmed. I mean, there's so many great instruments, but the organ, man, there's nothing that fills the room like that. And it's just, it hits you everywhere. And Eric Robert is an amazing organ player. So that's one of my, I think Lionsden might be my personal preference. It's just, it was actually playing before the show when I was in Europe. And every single night it would just get me in the mood where I'm like, I'm about to walk into an unknown situation and I'm just going to give it my best. And it really revs me up. So I hope it does.
Very good, very good. And nobody's fault but mine. 1927 Blind Willie Johnson cover. I mean, Willie Nelson has done it. Led Zeppelin has done it. Grateful Dead. If I leave love behind, it ain't nobody's fault but mine. I said, man, she's really got a message here. Leaving that one for the last one. I'm done with you, and I'm moving on. Get out of the way. You're getting gone.
You get it, Pat. This is accurate.
No, you know what? Whether I get it or not, it's just, and that's what's great about music. It's up to how everybody handles what their interpretations of the song. That's certainly, I've been totally wrong by saying a friend of mine or an artist going, wow, a real bad breakup. This is crazy. And it was really his sobriety of getting rid of alcohol. It was a breakup, but it wasn't, guy, girl, blah, blah, blah. It was, and I'm like, I didn't even think of that. But he shared it with me. But he goes, look, it's however you want to handle it. If it means something to you, it's even more special. Like, some of the songs that you have here. Yeah. But then you get into Jump. Jump is a good moving, you get into, it's not just, but I think it works quite well for you with all your music. Where do you feel right now musically in your career?
I feel like I've obviously grown over the years, and every time actually in the studio, I just feel like I'm so listening so closely that I just naturally grow even more. And I do feel like I'm at a place where I've grown into my voice. I feel like when I was first starting out, I was like, I was just finding it and having it all make sense to me. And my voice as in my singing voice, but then what I'm wanting to say musically too. So I think that I'm coming into a place where all of it's aligning, where I feel like I'm the most like me that I've ever been musically. And it's a journey, that.
Look, you got the smile on your face, and you're like, it's got to be awesome to work with someone like Bernard. I had the pleasure of interviewing Allie Venable. I never got to see Allie yet, and I promised myself I want to. She's an incredible artist, and just to tap into these folks that have been doing it, like, wow, I didn't realize that, or I could do this, or I could do that. Certainly, somebody like Bernard, his dad, Luther Allison. Oh my goodness, what a incredible singer, songwriter, guitar player. Let me ask you this, Katie: is there a song you wish you wrote?
On the album or just in general?
Anywhere. No, any song.
Oh, wow.
I know I'm catching you off.
No, that's a good question. I come across so many songs that I'm like, oh man, I wish I wrote that. But I think one that sticks out from years ago, and I still do it sometimes, but I'm a Grace Potter fan, and she has, of course, yeah, and she has a song called Somebody Fix Me, and I actually don't even think there's a recording on Spotify. I only could find it on a YouTube link, but oh man, it's just so great. And every single time I play it, I'm like, I want to say that I wrote it. Like, yeah, so that one comes to mind, but there's many others. I mean, even Love Like Kerosene, I just love the
Oh
lyrics.
my God, yeah.
Yeah, it's just when you,
I was actually thinking now, I'm like, I keep forgetting to ask, artists like yourself, what is there a song that you go, I wish somebody hit me in the head. I wish I wrote that.
yeah,
Um, if Go ahead.
where was I when that song was in the air getting ready to be pulled down, you know? That's how I feel about songs, like they're just waiting for someone to find them.
Excellent. I love that. And I know you got a big tour coming up. I'm like, as a booking guy, I'm like, wait a minute, she's all over the place, man. You got to
Yeah.
be excited for all that.
Yeah, no, now that you are in that realm of it, it definitely is a lot of behind the scenes work. So I've been working on announcing those dates for the past couple of months. And yeah, the summer, I just love the summertime. Nothing better than listening to music outside. And there's some festival dates on there. Actually, I'm wearing this t-shirt from Heritage Blues Fest that I played in 2022, and I'll be back there. It's in West Virginia, right on the waterfront. Great lineup. So yeah, that'll be in August. I'm mostly in the Midwest around that time. And then yeah, I have some cool New York State shows coming up. Aside from the Falcon on Friday, I'll be in Syracuse, New York for the first time on May 16th. And then May 17th, I'll be in Lima, New York at Fanatics Pub, which is a great spot too. So yeah,
We gotta get you at Daryl's house over here. We gotta get you at Buddy Guy's Legends. We gotta get you in the house. I was just at the House of Blues in Chicago, and I think of all my blues friends. I'm like, we gotta get. You can go check out KatieHenryMusic.com, and as she mentioned, the Falcon here in the Hudson Valley. What is it? 1348 Route 9W in Marlboro. 845-236-7970. There's an opener, John Newhart, that comes on at 7:30. Get your reservations. The place is going to be packed. It was packed the last time I got to see Katie there back in 2020, which is cool. So what else have you been working on? I saw one of your videos, Instagram, about like going to school for acting or something like that.
yeah. I'm glad you asked. I love acting. I feel like I've always been interested in it, and then it just didn't take hold. But yeah, I was just in a place in my life where I was like, if I don't give this a try, maybe I never will. So let me just explore
Do
it.
it now.
Yeah, exactly. And I audited a class in Philly, which is where I am these days. And I was just so amazed at how vulnerable and like honest people have to be, which is the opposite of what you think of actors. You think they're like pretending and lying, but really my whole perspective of it's changed because especially the method I'm studying is very like improvisationally based, and I just think it's done a lot for me as a person and an artist. So
I was gonna say, what can you grab from that to really help you as an artist? I mean, when you get in front of the stage and you
yeah.
know,
Well,
being
just having
yourself.
more experience being on a stage, like doing that, it makes it like, oh yeah, this is what I'm more at home on stage because I'm doing it in that way too. And yeah, I just think I'm more open to what the moment is calling for. I think a lot of the time with performance, it's like you want to control it, you want it to go a certain way, which is true. You need to have a game plan, but at the same time, it's all on the fly. And the more experience you have in that mode, not letting any like fear wanting to control you, but just being open to what that moment is allowing, is something that it's helping me do.
I think I learned a lot from COVID. I was all worried that am I ever going to go to another live show again? And when I look at pictures in my office here, Billy Gibbons that I still see and hang out with here or there when he's playing. And I said to myself, I don't accept the present,
Mm.
until COVID came. I'm like, you know what? I look back and go, man, that's like incredible. I can't believe I'm hanging out with this guy for 45 minutes like after his show. And I said to myself, I really want to take into present
Mm.
more
Yes.
because tomorrow look, anything could happen tomorrow and it's all over. But I really want to every day take it all in that what I'm doing today with you and chatting with you is really bring it on home and not have to think back in the past. I remember when I did that, or spinning music at BXO and stuff like that. Because when you lose it, you go, oh man. I'm like, what am I gonna do now? But that's cool.
Yeah.
Let me. I don't know if I've ever asked you. Is there an album or song, or even an artist that has influenced you that really changed your life?
Oh man, there's so many for different reasons. I think,
Well, let's break it down. Was there an album? I know you said I know you love Bonnie Raitt. I know you love Grace Potter. Is there a special album or song that really like said, I want to do this. I want to.
well, I don't know if I've shared that I was very into the Grateful Dead, and I still am, but I went seeing a lot of like Dark Star Orchestra shows as a teenager. And that's where I saw Hurts Me Too performed for the first time. So that's actually the moment and the song that I was like, I have to do this. It was just so, yeah, from the guy, I mean, the blues, you're just pulling from such a deep place and just letting it all out. And yeah, when people come to the show, they're like, man, you just let it all out. I'm like, the music,
That's what it is,
that's
right?
what it is. Yeah,
And
exactly.
what really kills me, I got I'll share it with you if I haven't before. Everything, Billy was the one that told me. He goes, look, everything starts from the blues. And I looked at him. I was, I'm a rock guy. I started my life in country. I like every genre. It doesn't matter. But he says, no, go back to the blues. Go back to, and then, the Blues Awards come up and they're like thrown in a corner. You don't even know. My buddy was up for a Grammy and I'm watching like the Grammys and it's like commercials and networking. It's like crazy. I mean, just even on Facebook and the socials to try to get your song played on, you know, Sirius XM, Bluesville, or whatever. It's so commercial, and I mean, now I get it when artists say, "Thank you, Pat, for playing my music." It's important to me because I just like chuckle and pinch myself. But now I get it. I mean, even
Yeah,
rock. Now that I'm on this other journey in my life with a rock band, they're brand new, and the stuff that we have to do to even just try to get a tour, get somebody to listen is
it
like
takes
really?
it takes a village. It really does, because you have one avenue of this on lockdown, but then you're like, oh, but there's five others, and I need all the hands on deck. So
Right, the radio promotion, the interviews, the tours, keep on writing. I'm like,
band,
oh, yikes, yikes.
don't even
Well,
get.
I can't wait to see you Friday night at the Falcon. Go to Live at the Falcon, check out all their dates, but this Friday night is Katie Henry night, and I know it's going to be packed. Get your tickets. Certainly go out, go to Katie Henry Music, go out and get. This is really going to do well, and I am super excited. I can't wait for more. You got me like, we went from the high road. I'm on my way. I'm in the car. I just kicked somebody right out of the passenger seat. And now there's no stopping me. you know, when I have a bad day, Katie always said to me I was one of the first DJs, and I'm floored and flattered and honored to have her at WBXO back in like 2018. And I'm on her liner notes, which like is over the top. And Katie sent me this wonderful thank you note that I always look at once in a while. Thank you so much for being such a positive presence in my life and music journey. I hope you enjoyed the new songs. Send my love to everybody at BXL. I hope to see you soon. And be be sure to check out the thank yous in the album cover and I'm in the liner notes. And there's nothing better than that. There really isn't. Somebody actually takes the time to write something personalized and really appreciates it. But for me to sit back and watch your career just blossom and grow, I will do anything it takes. If I got to go to Grace Potter's house in Vermont or wherever needs to happen, I will do that. I will go crazy to do whatever it takes to get you over the top, young lady. You're a younger daughter. I got a daughter, but you're my second daughter, and I can't wish you the best success ever. I'm so happy that we had this opportunity.
Yeah, you have such a big heart, Pat, and I've appreciated it since day one. And so good to connect with you. And I'm glad this isn't goodbye because I'm going to see you on Friday.
No, no, there ain't no goodbyes. We're going to see Katie Henry Friday night at the Falcon. Go say hello to me. Go see Katie and buy her music and keep rocking as much as possible. Support this incredible artist. Katie, I hope you enjoyed the craziness as you always do. I hope this gets you back to #1 on my all-time. So is everybody in Germany and all over, go download it and catch Katie on tour. Katie, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Pat.